The team here at the Artistic Whisk is kind of something that you've always wanted in your whole working experience. It's something that I've always wanted in my life. Much more like a family team vibe that we have going on here.
Earlier this year, we all decided to get matching tattoos because we all are kind of tattoo people. We all did different pieces to a recipe because that's kind of how we are here. We're a small team, but we're very strong together. I have sugar and salt, sweet and salty.
Butter and vanilla beans.
Mine is flour or wheat.
We're all very much friends, not only in the workplace, but outside as well. I think that's what makes us work so well together. And we all complement each other in different ways too, which is really cool.
We all work together, we all get the job done together. Each of us kind of has our own thing that we're distinctly good at. We have some decorators, some of us who do the baking, but somehow we all manage to do all the same stuff together.
Working here has been great, obviously, because you bake so many different things and you see it go from nothing to something amazing.
Here we get to make our frostings here, we make our cakes here. Everything is from scratch here, so it's more of a process.
I've never airbrushed anything before I worked here, and it very quickly became one of my favorite things to do. It was just fun, much like like a spray painter guy. Down at Clearwater Beach, I remember in high school, I'd go down to Clearwater Beach and the guys would be like spray painting on boards all the time, and artwork. It was just amazing what they could create. So it's really cool. Now I get to do it a little differently here on a cake is my canvas. To see what comes out afterwards is actually really interesting and a lot of fun. The cake I was just working on with the mermaid scales, that actually uses a stencil, so it's done much differently. It's much more time consuming, a lot more delicate. You have to be a lot more patient with this. And it's done with just a little stencil that you have to actually tape or pin onto the cake itself, which the cake also has to be fondant, which is much different too. You can't do this technique on a buttercream cake because it has to be a firm surface in order to use this stencil. So you pin the stencil onto the cake, and then I airbrush certain colors. For this cake, it was different colors, mermaid colors like a dark royal blue, a lavender color, and a deep purple. So I airbrush a mixture of those colors to kind of fade into one another. And then after they dry a little bit, I pull the stencil off of there. And then very delicately, I have to go back with a paintbrush and clean in between those little lines because the stencil is also very fine, so it sometimes leaks a little bit of color. In order to get those very clean, crisp lines, you have to go back and clean sometimes a little bit. So it's a very tedious job, like I said, but the finished product is very cool. And after the entire airbrush has dried, because that mixture is actually a liquid airbrush color, and then we actually add vodka to it because it evaporates much faster. So once that is completely dry, then I go back and add some edible glitter paint to it, as well as some metallics. This cake I was just working on was actually champagne. So it was a champagne and blue glitter and purple glitter sparkle. So it was really pretty, and the outcome of it, the finished product, was really beautiful.